Hi Scorpio, this is going to be your general reading. Today I have the Starchild Tarot for you. I think last time I used the Moonchild, so now you get the Starchild. I forget which reading that it was that I realized that the Starchild Tarot is made by the same person who made the art for the Starseed Oracle. Yeah, I probably should know. Let's see what we get for Scorpio. Okay. 2 cards turned around. Okay. 5 of Crystals, Page of Wands. Okay. The Lovers, Oppression, Empress, and Justice. Wow. Wow, that's something here. Yeah. Oppression is the devil. This is a very interesting... Check this out. Oppression. Is it oppression that she has to wear a curtain all the time? Is that disrespectful? I'm sorry. But the earth is in her hands, plus I can't tell what that is. Is that like a moon? I can't tell. See that? And crystals and a feather. I bet there's something really deep here that I'm missing. And then the Lovers is the one when you have, there's the 2 dogs together. I think those are both dogs. Look. But the Lovers next to Oppression. Okay, I get it, I guess. And then 5 of Crystals, Page of Wands. Let's see this Page of Wands. I don't think I've ever seen it before. There's a lot of portal imagery in these cards. Like she looks like she's off to go somewhere. And then there's a portal here with the 5 of Crystals. And that's one where there's, you could see like a cat in that top moon, and then there's a dog in the other. Cat and a dog. I can't tell if there's other animals. Man, I can't tell at all. Is that another? No, I need to stop trying to see things. The Empress. I like this Empress has pink hair. Look at it. And then Justice. Interesting. So this seems like it almost kind of seems like a feminine scorned here. Like you weren't getting what you really needed in a situation. You know, thinking you were getting one thing and it turned out to be another. But I mean, you escaped though, hopefully, with this Empress and Justice. Like, you discovered your worth. You know, this is... Gender isn't a thing here. You know, the Empress is generally about knowing your worth. And then Justice. Yeah, getting your worth too. Knowing your worth and being like, F you if you don't respect me. Respect me. I'm getting like different energy off of that 5 of Crystals though. Like not the usual left out in the cold energy. It's giving me like more exploration vibes, especially next to this Page of Wands, like finding ways not to end up lacking. Okay, what do I want to do here? We'll go from this way. Yeah, especially with this 4 of Crystals. this is underneath the Five of Pentacles, or the Five of Crystals. So if this is like stability and kind of trying to hold on to your money, it's like the Five, it's like you want to be more than good in that situation. And we got Page of Cups. That's coming off as a possible apology or heart-to-heart talk about whatever this lover's oppression situation is. And then the Star under the Empress and Justice. That's really nice energy. So if you did stand up for yourself and, you know, realize your worth, I feel like it brought a lot of healing and inspiration. There's a lady in here too. She's kind of like meditating. Can you see? Then on top of Five of Crystals, oh man, this came out. 4 cards. 4 cards. Queen of Cups is above this Five of Crystals and Page of Wands. Huh. There's like a leopard there too. This is telling me, even if you're kind of like maybe feeling a bit financially kind of worried, that you're still being like very open-hearted and kind. Ooh, Awakening's at the bottom. That's Judgment. Yeah, that's what I'm... It's like you're still attracting people with your generosity. And is attracting the right word? It's like you haven't changed. If you were always like a very generous and open-hearted person, that hasn't changed with your financial situation. So that's really nice. And it's going to really pay off too, and getting you assistance in whatever you need. So, there's 3 cards here. Lately, the last 2 I just put on the last one. Does this... Yeah, actually, I kind of like that. So the Moon is above the Lovers in oppression. Ooh. So that kind of gives like a non-relationship side. And you know, even though like the Lovers are here, I'm not getting that this is like a current relationship situation. It's more like either it's ended or you're really reflecting on it lately. And I'm getting with like the Moon, Lovers in oppression, Page of Cups. Ooh, you know what I'm getting? That maybe a past relationship or past feelings for someone were more of fixation. You know, fixation, obsession, or just a lot of passion. So maybe you're understanding that a bit more. You're kind of seeing like with the Moon, like the things that you didn't see before. You know, the kind of darker side of your situation. Yeah, because if you see behind her, there's like a shadow of herself and her hands in the air. You know, this is giving me like, so you see her hands are out. This is kind of like the giving symbol or a giving gesture. And then the shadow is doing this. You can't really see. It's kind of like, I don't know, a blocking gesture or a grasping gesture. So it's like this experience is maybe teaching you. And with the Page of Cups, so yeah, maybe there could be an apology or heart-to-heart about this. But I'm also getting like what was like budding, small, not mature emotion quickly accelerated because of maybe intensity. You know, whether this is like passionate intensity or just some other kind of intensity, like say some kind of stressful or traumatic event that kind of accelerated the bond. Or yes, passionate physical chemistry, or just like some kind of unique connection. Yeah. I think I just read about psychic connections recently, and how they can form from one side if one person's like has very intense emotions, which is kind of scary. You know, you would want that sort of thing to maybe be two ways. You know, there can only be a connection if both people feel intense, but that's just where I read in one place. So therefore, I'm not just taking it all as fact. But I think that that's interesting here. So that's what I'm getting. And now it's like in this Five of Crystals, Page of Wands, Four of Crystals energy, it's like now that the passion's a bit tempered, you know, Page of Wands down to a page, and you're a bit more focused on maybe your material stability, it's like that's allowing you to fully feel in a situation. Ironically, if this has ended, I don't know, or if there's just been some difficulty, it seems like once you started focusing on other things, not so much the intensity of whatever this was, then your heart opened up. Like you were able to really get in touch with that more emotional, lighter side of yourself. So that's pretty interesting. What's under here? Six of Swords. So, yeah, apply that how you will. Whether this is like a relationship recently, in the past, or it's not a relationship at all, just something that you felt a lot of love for. Yeah, love for, or just something you really had your heart in. How's that? Well, maybe it was dogs, because there's a lot of dogs here. So above the Empress, Justice, and the Star came out Ten of Crystals and Starseed. And the reason I put them together, it's like her hands. So Starseed's first is the Fool, so maybe you're Starseed. Wah, wah. And the way her hands are, and then the way this Ten of Crystals is, it's kind of like creating the Ten of Crystals, right? And less of a, and not in a material way, like the essence of the Ten of Crystals. And I guess, you know, that really matches up with the Empress and the Star energy to me, like creating your own feelings of abundance, because that's, the Empress is as much as a feeling, like a state of being, as it is like an actual physical status, you know, feeling like royalty, you know. So that's what I'm kind of getting, that it's like rebirthing yourself by knowing your self-worth. And also like the Flower of Life is underneath. I forget what this symbol, oh, that's a chakra symbol, but I don't remember which chakra symbol it is. I don't know how well you can see it. One of these days I'll get a better camera. Can they focus here? I forget which chakra symbol that is. But the Flower of Life is right here. So also that's creation energy, which is also part of the Empress. There's a lot of kind of, I can't say it's sacred geometry. Some of it may be sacred geometry. The Flower of Life definitely is. But it's like creative, very creative energies I'm getting here. It's like finding, going towards your own stability, going towards your own, in the 3D, in the material pursuits. Not, you know, I hate to say it, but love is intangible. You know, it's great to have love, it's great to have passion, but you can't eat it, okay? You can't sleep in love, create a house out of love, you know, or, you know, not yet anyway. Obviously, if you tap into this starseed energy some more, maybe you can, you know, manifestation, you know. So what I'm also getting on this side, so with the starseed, this is obviously the Starchild deck. Starseed, the Star, Empress, Justice, Ten of Crystals. What did I want to say about that? Because something came to me about that. You may or may not identify as a starseed, but the key component of being a starseed is not really feeling like you can connect well with others because you don't quite belong, or just not understanding or embracing as much traditional gender roles, or, you know, the way relationships are. So, you know, most starseed comes, was going to say aliens, but it just doesn't sound right to say aliens. So most starseeds come from races in which physical contact and speaking verbally are not needed as much. So when you do come here as a starseed, there's a couple things to adjust to. Speaking verbally, of course. Either I think you might feel the separation too much, depending on how many times you've incarnated in 3D. Therefore, you feel like you need more physical contact, or you could be the opposite and you could be way too sensitive to physical contact. And I don't know why that's coming through, but it's like, I feel part of maybe understanding yourself better was accepting that you have different levels of need when it comes to communication, physical contact, interaction, that maybe differs from society in general. So I feel like you found the right amount of independence and the right level of what you need. And maybe that's why the Jess is out here talking about balance, the 10 of crystals, 10 of pentacles, that traditionally that's like a happy family. So that's what happy family, financially well off. So that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, it's the essence of the 10 of crystals. Like, you're creating your own version of what that ultimate material stability, and maybe it does not involve a family, it does not involve an expensive home or any of those things that are traditionally depicted, and that might also be reinforced by the lovers having 2 dogs here. There's no children here, it's dogs, so I'm also really getting that. And you don't have to dive deep into starseed things. Just know, like, most of those races, depending on whatever one you know the most about or you identify with, do not place the same emphasis on like physical contact, communication, and those things, because they don't feel the separation as heavily. And in some ways, maybe when we incarnate down here, our obsession with the physical could be because it's just not something that we're used to. If you ask me, everyone is a starseed. I don't believe there's like too many people here whose souls have not incarnated on other planets at some point. Like, if you think about it, either you could have originally your soul come from another planet, you could have come recently, you could have come millions of years ago, you could have spent several lifetimes off of Earth too. So I think in a big way, a lot of us are starseeds. And I guess depending on your experiences, depends on how much that sort of thing resonates with you. Is all I really have to say about that. What's my main idea? Try to like find a main idea. Let's I don't feel like I really need any clarification, but see if anything else. I got the Thoth deck this time. Now, Thoth was a starseed. No, maybe he wasn't. I don't know. I don't remember. I just know he is around a long time. Let's see. Is there something else? No, I said something about, the kind of feelings thing. Anything else really stand out to me about that? Well, there's definitely a lot of feminine energy here. So I think there's also a message about being more, now that you've maybe taken action, really embrace the masculine, to sit back and be in your feminine for a bit. Just relax a bit. Because the moon is feminine energy too. Queen of Cups. These pages are all female too. Okay, is there anything here? And they're like, why did you even pick up this deck? Because I didn't know what to do. Okay, well, something flew out. Knight of Disc. Just keep going towards your goals, okay? And the Fool's at the bottom. So it's like the starseed energy. New beginning. I think it's pretty good with awakening down there. I mean, this seems like a cycle has ended, obviously. You've reflected on it a bit and kind of trying to figure out, it seems like you kind of already figured out like your next course of action. So now the key is to just let things happen as they will. Let's see, we got Wisdom of the Oracle. Do we have anything for Scorpio? Can I? I feel like the more I do readings, the less I want to get out a bunch of Oracle decks. Okay. Go with that. The bottom is Truth Be Told. So maybe, yeah, a bit of a heart-to-heart conversation has to be had with someone or yourself. Oh, Between Worlds 3. Yeah. So maybe you're a bit still in the in-between. You know, if the Fool is around the corner, the new beginning is around the corner, the plan of action. So if you kind of have that feeling like you don't know what's going to happen next, you know, maybe you feel like you haven't quite figured it out yet, I think I wouldn't worry about that too much. You know, just kind of enjoy this time. Take a little bit of rest. Reflect a bit. Take a rest. Because things will get moving before you know it. And I think that's why so much of this feminine energy. The star is like really giving me relaxation vibes too. And she's kind of there. She's not under the waterfall, but she's by the waterfall. And then I got the past life oracle cards. Spirituality and religion. So maybe something in your past or your past life. I have the book, but it's in Japanese. So, oh my gosh, it opened right to the page too. What? I can only read part of this. I don't even know what I was trying, but it's like, it's talking about fun. That just stuck out to me. Anyway, the other cards. Angels, Wars and Battles. So during this in-between time, why is that Confederate? Why is that the Civil War, man? Don't be predicting nothing, okay? Angels, angels, please. We don't want a civil war. So I know past life could be reflected by lessons and blessings at the bottom. Maybe consider, if you know about your past life stuff, any past life in which you were fighting some kind of holy war. Yeah, and it's like you did work with the angels. So I think you were on the, hopefully, a good side of that holy war. If that resonates for you or not. Also speak with the angels if you want. Also reflect upon how, okay, if you're doing some reflection, you're still trying to figure some things out. If you have a past religious background, see how that might affect you still today. That's my advice. Because I imagine, like, people who become, like, pagan or atheist. Like, you imagine that? Like, people who grew up religious and maybe they didn't like it. And they're like, forget this religion. And you hear about angels all the time. And then you spend all this time, like, maybe being, like, whatever, like, forget religion. And then you become spiritual and you're like, oh, the angels? That's right. Am I just speaking about myself? Like, I was never that religious, though. But I was never really caring about angels until I got into the spiritual stuff. then I just learned to see them as higher vibrational beings. What came out? How hard it is to stand in truth. How easy it is to lose yourself to desires. Oh, wow. And there had truth be told. So yeah, maybe there's like some real dark stuff that you may be dealing with or you're needing to purge. I'm not feeling like this is stuff you're heavily working through. I'm feeling like it's just coming, certain things are coming up, and it's just the last things before you move on to the next thing. You know, like the last things you need to clean up before you move out of the house into a new one, right? Stuff you just don't want to take with you into the new beginning is what I'm getting here. So yeah, just be as honest as you can. Speak to the angels, if you will. Yeah, I'm also like getting like religious shame, maybe residual religious shame here, and maybe that's why this like lovers and oppression is kind of like, yeah. Look out for deeply ingrained shame. Yes. Anyway, thanks, Scorpio. Hopefully that helps you. Hi, Scorpio. I'm back. Forgot to roll you an angel dice, so let's do that. 4, 2, 7. Your angels are supporting your prayers and requests about romance and relationships. So, if that reading was relationship based for you, the angels hear you. And then the angels card did come out. Wow. Alright, thanks, Scorpio.